Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what Spirit has for you and what you need to hear. I've set that intention with my guides and my deck. So if you came here because this is in your feed, then this is for you. Or if you came here because of the title, I don't even know what that is yet, then this is definitely for you. So let's get into your message. Yeah, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Things are starting to turn in your favor here. Awesome. So be sure and like or subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment if you feel called. When you subscribe or you leave comments, it really does help, and it kind of pushes my channel out there for others to get the messages as well. So I very much appreciate that. So we have the Eight of Cups here, which I don't normally take two off of the bottom, but I see the Six of Swords here too. So that may be significant. We'll just put that out there. But we do have the Wheel of Fortune here. So this again is about things starting to turn in your favor. This is like karma and divine. I call this the divine timing card, right? So, everything in our life goes in cycles and changes. So this Wheel of Fortune card is really about trusting in those cycles of life and trusting in the changes that occur. The situation is justice. So I feel like there is some kind of, maybe you're going through some kind of legal situation. This is Libra energy, so you could be dealing with a Libra. It doesn't have to be. But this is like the scales of justice here, right? So this is like, I always see this as like lawyer or some kind of law, legal situation. And it's about balance and fairness as well. Maybe things needing to balance out in some kind of legal situation or the truth, right? So he has this sword, he or she, in their hand, which reminds me of like the Ace of Swords, right? The truth, the clarity, and things balancing out. So they have like the truth and the balance here. The blockage is the Four of Pentacles. This is about holding on to things too tightly. This could be actual money because this is the Pentacles, right? So this could be trying to hold on to money or assets in a legal situation. And this could also just things needing to balance out and gain clarity, but you're holding on to things too tightly, right? So when you hold on to things that no longer serve you, then you can't grow and expand. But it's also about trying to control situations. When you're going through legal situations, especially, and you're trying to control outcomes, it can cause a lot of burden. So I feel like that's what's happening here. We do have the Ten of Wands, which is stress, burnout, and it's carrying a lot of burdens that have to do with this situation that needs to balance out. I feel like this is just a legal situation. I'm getting that very strongly. We do have the Two of Cups here in the recent past, which we'll get into, but it's also, from a personal aspect, it's like trying to control the outcome of a divorce, or, maybe your business partner is suing you, because this is about partnerships, right? It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be like a business relationship, right? And you guys are separating the money and you feel like you're owed more than they are, or you're trying to control the outcome of the situation. But when you hold on to that energy and you're sitting in like this burden and this stress, it can cause a lot of issues, right? I feel like this is just Spirit telling you to let things play out, this divine timing. Things are going to work in your favor. I feel like you just kind of need to release that control and let things play out as they may, right? So, perfect example, I went through a legal situation with someone, I think it was last year, and they kept trying to control. They wanted me to pay them all this money and they wanted all of these things, and they kept trying to, I won't say manipulate because I don't know that. From their mindset, I believe so, but I can't, anyway, they were trying to control the situation. And in the end, we wound up just splitting everything 50-50, when in the beginning, we could have saved all of these lawyer fees and all of this, like 6 months of going back and forth, had we just split the assets at the time I wanted to, right? So it's like trying to control and manipulate situations. It's just going to cause all of the stress and burnout, and it's just not worth it. It's leave it up to Spirit and let divine timing play out. Let things play out the way that they should. But this definitely has to do with some kind of partnership. This is in the recent past here. So again, this could be a marriage that you are going through a divorce. This could be a business partnership and you're trying to dissolve assets, split up the business, whatever that is for you. It's a general reading, so you take it how it resonates. But there's some kind of partnership here and a legal situation. Your higher self or your subconscious, we have the Two of Swords. This is about needing to make a difficult decision. This is about weighing options and making a decision from the options that you're weighing, right? It's just like a difficult choice. It's also about like maybe not wanting to see things for what they are. Like she does have this blindfold on, right? So I feel like this is just needing, again, with the balance. Twos are all about balance. And we have balance here and balance on this card. I feel like maybe you're not feeling very balanced. Maybe you just need to, with this stress and this burnout, maybe you really just need to kind of take care of yourself right now and take a step back from things, which I know is easier said than done. But I definitely feel like there's some balance needed. But in the near future, we have the Strength card. This is finding that inner strength to overcome obstacles. This is about pushing through and finding that inner confidence, right? And you're going to overcome these obstacles. It's also about like she has this lion in front of her, right? So she's not going after the lion with, like weapons or like with force, right? She is being compassionate and understanding in order to work with the lion. Again, I feel like the more you fight this or the more you try to go at this from an aggressive standpoint or trying to control type of standpoint, it's just going to prolong the process or it's just going to cause more of this burnout and this stress, right? I feel like this is just, again, and I know it's easier said than done. Try to release some of that control and have some compassion for yourself and for the other people involved and really just kind of, you have that inner power, right? Just sit in that inner power and know that things are working out in your favor. Like the divine has your back on this. So in your feelings, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is fire sign. This is optimism. So I feel like you are feeling very optimistic about this, maybe seeing things from a different perspective, like this higher point of view. So the King of Wands is like this big picture thinking, this leadership, a visionary, right? So I think maybe you kind of are sitting in this, being optimistic, taking control of yourself and what you can control, right? So again, you can't control the outcome of this situation, but you can control your mindset, your confidence, right? You can meditate, you can take a step back, you can take care of yourself, self-care, right? Instead of sitting in like this burnout and this really stressful energy. I feel like this is you just kind of taking control of yourself. Again, with that Strength card, really taking control of that inner confidence in your inner self. So in your environment, the influence here is the Empress. This again is about allowing things to come to you. The Empress it's that feminine energy, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. This is just about like sitting and letting things come to you, right? It doesn't mean you're not taking any action or you're not doing anything at all, but the feminine is all about receiving. So again, like I feel like Spirit's kind of repeating themselves on this with the cards, but it's sitting in that Empress energy, letting things come to you and not fighting, right? Not trying to control. This Four of Pentacles energy is very much about trying to hold on to things. And those things just don't serve you, right? The control doesn't serve you. And it's just trying to release things. And again, the divine timing, letting things come to you and letting things play out the way that they will, right? Your hopes and fears, we have the Six of Swords. This is about moving on. This is about transition. It's about, again, leaving things behind and accepting the lessons in this. And you could actually physically be moving too. And this could be a hope or a fear. Like you're hoping to move on from the situation, or you could be fearing it as well, right? And that kind of has you in this difficult decision, stalemate kind of energy. You guys may be, whoever this partnership is with, this legal situation could be at a stalemate right now, right? Things are like this card is about very closed off, but it's also about not making a decision or, things kind of being a little bit stuck right now. But you are going to overcome that here in the near future. But with your hopes and fears, the Six of Swords is about, again, moving on, accepting the lessons and moving forward in life, transitioning to calmer waters here. But you could actually physically be moving. This is a card that I use for representation of moving. So if this is a divorce, maybe you are You could be hoping or you could be fearing about having to move, right? But again, I feel like try not to control the situation and things will calm down, right? And this is about things transitioning into a calmer state of mind. So the overall outcome, we have the Four of Wands. This is about joy, happiness, stability. This could be a home. So maybe ultimately you do find a home. You know, if you are moving, I feel like you're going to find a home, or maybe you're just fearing that you have to move and you really do get the home, right? So again, it's a general reading. You take it how it resonates for you. But this is a very good card. It's about celebration. You know, maybe if this legal situation works out in your favor, then you will be celebrating, right? This is just a very joyous, happy card, celebrating with friends, again, with the stability. So maybe that's your concern, is with this legal situation. A lot of times I feel like that's what a lot of people fear when they go through a legal situation with any kind of partnership, business, or you know, a marriage, or maybe you weren't even married, maybe you just live together. But I feel like that's a big fear for a lot of people, is the stability, right? So what does Scorpio not see coming here, Spirit? Almost came out. So yeah, awesome. So you have the Five of Cups. There is going to be some loss and some grief here, right? A needing to heal from things. So this person is looking at this Three of Cups here that is spilt, but they're not noticing the Two of Cups back here behind them, right? So this Two of Cups is upright, it is full, and it leads to this home, this castle, this bridge back here, right? So you always want to acknowledge that there is some kind of loss, feel those feelings, but also don't sit in that energy for too long, right? Heal from that and realize that there are better things to come. So you do have like a little bit of loss, but you also have like this new beginning here. This could be a new career, it could be a new love interest. And then we have the King of Swords. So this could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming in here. You could be dealing with an air sign. But I feel like this is, there is going to be some kind of loss, but ultimately there is this new like optimism, this new, it's just very ambitious. It's the pages are newer energies, and it's like eager to learn and eager for new opportunities, right? And then the King of Swords is like gaining clarity and really kind of stepping into that power, using your logic and your head over heart here, right? After some healing and just really accepting some kind of new opportunity. And you could just be very optimistic about these new opportunities and really going after things in a more logical way here, right? But that's just a really good energy. Those pages are like a newer energy. It could be a new job, could be a new career opportunity, a new love interest with an air sign. But I feel like this is more just about like really healing that and being optimistic about new opportunities that are coming in here. Let's see. What's the advice for Scorpio? So you had the King and Queen of Swords come out here. So, I mean, ultimately, this could lead you to a divine counterpart. You can't find your soulmate if you're married, right? Isn't that the saying? Like, how are you supposed to find your soulmate if you're married? Your husband's holding you back from meeting your soulmate. But this is the advice from Spirit here is about the Three of Swords, which is about growth and expansion. It is about like looking to the future, that foresight, right? Again, with the being optimistic about new opportunities, this is just like, I feel like you're ready for progress and growth, right? After this situation ends, like you're going to find that self-confidence again and like really want to grow and expand here. And then we have the Hierophant, which is about like learning knowledge. Maybe you want to teach, maybe you want to really expand in your spiritual practice. So the Hierophant is about like, can be like spiritual leadership, or, going after a more spiritual path. That can be, maybe you're becoming a teacher and you're kind of growing and expanding, going back to work and taking a new opportunity at work. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is about like, again, gaining clarity and really cutting through things and going after what it is you want here. So That Queen of Swords is very like no nonsense. And again, using your head over heart. She is the feminine energy, but she is very logical as well, right? And using that, the wisdom that you have here. And I mean, you could be going back to school. You could be expanding your knowledge on something here and really gaining clarity. Again, maybe this is you going through more spiritual path or going back to school and learning something new, taking a new opportunity in a career and learning a new career path here. But very good things coming in here for you. I feel like this is just you needing to focus on whatever it is that you want to bring in here and like really keeping up your boundaries. But again, using your head over heart and just being clear about where you want to go. But I love this energy for you. I think this is amazing. You've clearly been through something here and you're a little bit stressed. You know, this legal situation is causing you some stress here, but we have this near future. You're overcoming that. I love it. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, this is awesome. I love this. So freedom through faith. Again, you have the Hierophant here, right? Freeing yourself and expanding, growing, getting clarity on your beliefs and being clear about where you want to go, right? And your expansion. Maybe you're expanding your spiritual practice. Again, it's a general reading, so whatever you are expanding in. Freedom through faith. I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. I trust his will and find freedom. Holy crap, the divine timing, right? Trusting, having that inner confidence, you know, God, spirit, universe, whatever you want to call it. These cards say God, but you know, whatever you believe in. I love that worked out. Yeah, divine timing and having the faith, knowing that those cycles are changing, right? And things will work out in your favor. Trust, just trust. I am stronger than fear and bigger than doubt. I am light and I remain light. I trust in God and stand tall before the tests of life. I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I am a being of new life. Yeah, there's definitely a challenge here with this legal situation, but you're overcoming those challenges and those obstacles, right? You have that inner strength. Trust in that and trust in your courage. You're moving into some really great stuff here. Lots of joy, celebration, stability. I really love this for you. Expansion. So you got good things coming in here, Scorpio. I hope that this message helped, and I will see you next time.